And it's hot. We hot. It's hot outside.
It's hot.
It's hot. But there's a few kids down there cooling off. They jumping in the lake.
Enjoying the summer.
To be that age again. Wouldn't it be fun?
No care in the world.
Nope. Not even a thought of what life's going to deal them in about 6-8 years.
No. All I can say is congratulations to the AC companies and HVAC companies.
Hey, we fixing them. We quoting them. We're putting some in. We're doing what we can. But let me tell you, it's tough. They ain't got enough air conditioning units out there. You got to look hard to find them.
And parts.
Well, I mean,
that's like
these idiots didn't learn anything during COVID. They still getting all their crap made over in China, overseas, somewhere. You know, I used to hate Mexico, but I'd rather make it Mexico than China. At least we can drive down there and get it when they decide to cut us off.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Same way with this they got the new Freon. They started in January. They can't build millions and millions of units, if you think about it. So it puts us in a bind. And heck, they're 40% higher than the ones just a year ago. People are in sticker shock, and we're not making more money.
No.
I mean,
you're making the same money.
Or less. Sometimes I cut it because it looks so bad.
Yep.
I mean,
I do the same thing.
You just got to do it. And hey, if you air's subject, take care of it. Is all I can tell you. Make sure if you ain't going to replace it, you get somebody out there to clean it and make sure it's working in tip top shape. Well, that's my commercial. All right. Call BR549.
Contact Grissom Brothers.
Call 911 cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, tonight we're going to have a fellow we've met and known for a while. He's the co-owner at Black Label Game Calls. He's a world champion gobbling champion. Yep. I don't know. He won the Grand Nationals, I guess. Is it the Grand Nationals? Is that what they call it in NWTF or the World Turkey Calling Championship?
Mm-hmm.
That was in Mobile. He won that this year.
He's been hot.
He's been very hot. We'll talk to him about the U.S. Open. I guess it's coming up, or it's come and went, and we'll talk about that. But we're gonna have Russell Andrews on tonight. He's a gobbling fool.
Oh, yeah.
I just wonder if his wife hears that in her sleep. I mean, he's got to practice.
He's probably got him in a little studio somewhere where he gets out there and does his thing. Well, actually, I mean, he can go to his place of business and work on it.
That's right.
When he's building calls.
That's the truth. But anyway, it should be interesting. It'll be once again. We're in July and we still turkeying. I know as we told everybody we was gonna move off and get away, but I don't know. Russell probably deer hunts. We might get a little deer hunting talk in on him. I don't know, but as long as it keeps presenting itself, I guess we'll keep talking about it. Last week really wasn't all about turkeys.
No,
I mean it had turkeys in it. And this ain't going to be all about turkey hunting. It might be turkey calling because that's hot right now. Everybody's putting on their competitions, and
yep,
it's apparently, I was listening to the Caller podcast. It's kind of resurging. It's getting popular again. So anyway, what do you say we get Russell on here and we'll talk to him?
See what he's got to say.
All right. And we got old Russell on the phone. You there, Russell?
I am. Yeah. What's up, guys?
Hey, just another day in paradise. I guess.
That's right. Living the dream, plan B.
Well, sometimes a dream can be a nightmare. So that's what I tell them. They say, you live in a dream. I said, yeah, but some dreams are nightmares. So yeah.
That's exactly right.
But no, we just wanted to get you on here tonight and talk a little turkey calling, gobbling contest. Check on with you. Yeah. I mean, just check on with you and see how things were going. Learn a little bit about you.
Yeah, man. So, tell you what, it's been going pretty good. I've had a had a really good year. Been very blessed. It's just, was fortunate enough to go to Grand Nationals and competed against a lot of really good guys, and a lot of those guys were just as they could have just as well won it as me, and just to see that they show favor on me, it was a blessing, man. And then going to the World Championship and winning that, and then headed into the U.S. Open, and I guess I just didn't have my best stuff, so ended up placing second there. But it's
that's
tough.
nothing to turn your nose up at. There's a lot of good callers in there.
There was, man. There really was, and I placed second to Mitchell Johnston, and Mitchell and I always go back and forth, and he's a really talented caller out of North Carolina, owner of Daddy and Game Calls, and just a phenomenal guy. So if I'm gonna lose somebody, I'd like it to be somebody like that who I really I look up to that guy, man, and how he lives his life. So.
Oh yeah. And that's another thing. You not only are you a world champion. What do they call a Gobbling champion?
Yes,
I mean, you're owner, co-owner of Black Label Game Calls. I don't know if a lot of people know that, but
yeah. So Jesse Martin and I own Black Label, and I'll tell you, he's kind of the engine that keeps this thing running, man. He puts some really good calls out there, and it's just cool to see how when one door closes, God opens another one, and this is the direction he wanted me to take, and it's turned into some really cool relationships. So yeah, I mean, and getting to meet other call builders,
Yeah. Well, how long have Black Label been in business? When did you guys start up?
So this is year 3 right here. We started in July of 2022.
Okay.
So that we're going into year 3 now, and it's been a process, learning what to do and what not to do.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And it's trial and error. But man, I tell you what, dude, the people that I have surrounded myself around, whether it be Lyle Gilbert at Houndstooth or I could go on and naming guys, but those guys have been very supportive. Legacy has been very supportive, just asking them questions, about what do you do in this situation? Nobody's really held off anything. I'm not asking any make or break ideas from these guys. Just needed some clarity in some certain areas, and they were very willing to help me out. So. It's just one big family, man. We want everybody to be successful in this industry, and that's just kind of how we all feel about it.
I agree. And we hang out with the Legacy group a good bit, and probably where I ran into you first time at, I guess. But, that's one thing I found at all these shows, competitions, everything we've been at. All of you guys, every call maker, it seems like y'all are just family. Everybody's friends. I mean, everybody, everybody's in it to make some money, but everybody will help the other one if they need it. It's pretty cool. And especially with me watching like William with Legacy. I mean, my God, he's been doing it, 30 years?
30 years.
And he knows everybody and everybody knows him. And that's why I'm just amazed. I'm going, man, everybody's your competition. But everybody's just friendly, and I kind of see that in my world too. But it's refreshing to see it, and that's one of the things I do like about turkey hunting, turkey calls, everything about it. It's don't seem that way to me. In other businesses or even other types of hunting. To me, it's not quite. It's more competitive. Everybody's competitive. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we go to these meet and greets and stuff, and I'll tell people, hey, this is what I got to offer. Now, what I run, you might not like to run. What the next guy may like running, may not like running a Legacy, but he prefers a Black Label. Or this guy might not prefer a Black Label, but he prefers a Houndstooth or a Pistol Creek or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so we do this little thing, and we really did it before turkey season, and we're trying to, slowly gear back into it on TikTok. We have these different guys come in from Pistol Creek, from Parrish Elliott with CBS Custom Calls, Joe Slayton with Motherlode Turkey Calls, Richard Gum of Wicked Hen. But man, we really just get on there and talk about everybody, and I that's kind of what I like doing, man. I like bringing somebody on. Maybe a guest person. We've had Gracie Herman on there, Doug Herman's daughter, and just talking turkey, and it's really just pushed everybody, because that's at the end of the day, man, that's what we want to do. I don't want to see anybody go out of business at all. I feel like it's good for the sport, right?
Yeah.
And just having everybody a part of it, man. We don't want to lose anybody out of our family, man. We love everybody. So, it's just kind of how we are.
I think it pushes the technology. I mean, it compared to where it was, and with calls,
Absolutely.
20 years ago, 10 years ago. I mean,
that's right.
it just breeds improvement. I love it. And, and being around and real tight with your peers, everybody can bounce things off everybody else, just like you said. And, there can be nothing but good come out of that.
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. And it's the same, man, with the Call family. So, you got the turkey call manufacturing family, right? And then you got the Call family, and the Call family's actually tighter knit than anything I've ever. It's a very small fraternity of guys that, man, we'd meet up on some weekends and love seeing everybody. And you get a major contest like we just had at the U.S. Open. And you just got a lot of some of the best callers in the world that are also your buddies, and you get to all hang out. I mean, the calling's cool and everything, but, I think the camaraderie every evening, whether we be at everybody comes over to my Airbnb, which is what happened on Saturday night after we called. Everybody came over, and Jared Lowe was over there, Lamb Wilf, Hunter Lemoyne, Bodie Blissett and his parents, and we just, man, it was just a fun time. A time was had. Some good stories were told. I laughed probably harder than I've ever laughed, and it was just great. But that's what I enjoy the most is the good times that we get to have at these calling competitions.
Oh yeah. Well, tell us a little bit about Russell, about your upbringing, how you got, where you grew up, how you got into this.
Well, I grew up here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and my granddad raised us up in the woods, whether it be bass fishing with him on the river, deer hunting with him on Shelley Hughes Road in Buell, Alabama, which is I grew up hunting the Hughes property, and we had some big bean fields out there that I learned how to turkey hunt in, and he wanted us to learn something, and he was going to raise us up in the woods, and that was just that's just what we did, but Cody Lewis, who's my granddaddy, was really the driving force in Russell being an outdoorsman. Really a turkey hunter. My cousin Adam chose bass fishing really and does a little deer hunting. My cousin Tyler loves to deer hunt. I was the turkey hunter out of the group. And, he took me on a couple of turkey hunts when I was a kid. And then it was pretty much like, he booted me out the nest pretty quick and was like, hey, I done showed you what to do. Go kill. Go do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Well, that man sat there, and I'll never forget one spring, when I showed a lot of interest in turkey hunting, Papa was like, I was like, hey, can you, he'd give me tips and stuff, but for the most part, he sat up there, he's working on the Miss Nancy's, I guess Tommy Hughes, his parents' old home, sat up there on the hill, and he was doing work on it. He just watched me screw up turkey hunt after turkey hunt after turkey hunt and just laugh at me. and it just made me madder and madder and just lit the fire. And I finally ended up figuring it out. And then, from there, he helped me, a good bit. But
that sounds like that was his plan.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. But it caught fire, I guess, with me when I was about 16, 17 years old. But, baseball really kept me from being able to go and pursue it like I wanted to. So when I got done with baseball, I was able to get out and hunt and whatnot. And it was a good time.
So when did the whole calling competition thing start for you?
So, I'd always, as far as the gobbling went, man, I talked to Preston Pittman about it actually this weekend, but, I remember being a kid and just always being fascinated with the wild turkey gobble. And, I'd watch YouTube just back when we had dial up, and you'd have to wait for that YouTube or whatever to buffer. And it may take 30 minutes to watch a 10-minute video. And, but probably longer than that for a 10-minute video. But I've watched Preston Pittman gobble, and I always thought it was so fascinating watching this guy get up there and be able to imitate the sound of a wild turkey gobble. And Preston was good back then and still is, to be natural voice. That's what most guys did back then.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just wild to see how the calling has kind of just taken off and how much better it's gotten since those guys were calling. It's just wild. And I just always wanted to be able to do something like that. And it took years of work, man, years and years and years of, first I had to learn how to do kind of like a feeding chuck on a duck call. And I would practice going down the road and practice until I was dizzy from blowing air. And, the first time I started doing this stuff, I didn't know that there was a certain call you needed to have to gobble. I was gobbling on a dang ghost cut. And that's 3 years ago at the Alabama State. What I gobbled on was a ghost cut, and I didn't place. And then, that was the only competition I went to that year. I was kind of discouraged. I thought I had a good gobble, in which the dynamics were there. I just didn't have a call to do it on. And then getting with Jesse Martin and Jesse really building me a call and working with me, and Kerry Elliott working with me on my call and the sound that I was looking for. And it really I kind of grew as a caller. And that next year, man, had some success, won my first competition at the Louisiana State. And then the next week won at Mississippi. And then the next week I won Alabama State. So, and really hadn't looked back since, man. It's just been, I kind of came up in the calling pretty quick, like for the gobbling, and it's been cool. I'm always been one of those guys that I pick up on it pretty quick, but I think the dynamics were there all those years. I just didn't have the right call to be running it. Didn't have the
without
right
giving any
guys
secrets away. Are you building your call? Is it built for the gobble, or could you use it turkey hunting? Is it
Yeah, no, it's a gobble call.
Okay.
And I tell people that, if you, and there are some guys that can yelp on their calls. There's a lot of guys.
Yeah.
But I truly, my opinion it only matters to me. So I don't
know. You've got a lot of trophies, so it carries a little bit of weight.
It's an opinion, but I feel like a true gobble call can only be gobbled on. You can't do anything but gobble on a true gobble call. Okay. And it's because of the depth that you're getting with that call.
Do you guys produce one for commercial sale, or is this just something you build for yourself?
So we will be, yes. Okay. I'll be. We're actually in the process of that. I will be putting out a signature gobble call this year. The Russell Andrews Signature Series gobble call. Yeah, and that's kind of a rule with us. If you don't get a gobble call, signature call, unless you win a Grand National. And it didn't matter that I was part owner of the company. Jesse told me, he's like, you don't get a signature gobble call. And I didn't argue. I agreed with it. I said, no, that's fair. You know, who wants a gobble call from somebody that ain't done nothing?
Well, that's true.
You know,
that's a good point. Good point.
There'll be a lot more sale with that, with all the the signature series will sell a lot better with what you've proven.
Yeah, I mean, they
that's
go,
right.
An Anthony Crow signature gobble call. And they're going, who in the crap is that?
Right.
You know, what has he gobbled? Just a hamburger. You know, that's about all I can gobble. So, that's interesting though, because I've always wondered that. As far as what you guys called on, you know, of course, a natural voice guy, you know what he's got, but you know, I'm 60 years old. I've never fooled with it. I mean, I'm not going to say I hadn't played around sitting here in the studio or me and Dustin riding around 1,000 miles somewhere. You know, you want to screw around, but it's just our yelpers.
It's a good call to have in your arsenal, man. It's you know, I was especially this year, man, of, you know, hunting across the country this year. I mean, it was a weird year, man. We all talked about it. I was talking to Sandy Brady about it when I was actually headed up to Vermont. I said, give me a report. He said, they're acting weird. I said, well, that ain't no different than they was doing in Kentucky and Missouri, you know. And I said, I said, what do you mean they're acting weird, Sandy? He said, buddy, you got to get within their bubble. You got to get. I said, what are we talking here? 100, 150 yards? He said, no, 60 yards. I said, holy crap, that's shotgun range.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it was weird up there, man. I think we were really Jake heavy this year, which really played for that gobble. You know, it being such a Jake heavy year, I called some turkeys in, some gobble. Yeah,
we saw Jakes. I think that might have been the reason they were so quiet. Did you notice that they were real tight lipped this spring? I mean, we didn't hear a lot of gobble. Well, I mean, when you could get on one that gobbled, it was great, but just seemed like a quiet spring.
Yeah, well, you know, that's I really noticed it when we were in Kentucky. You know, and I mean, we struggle. And usually, guys, I could be done in a day in Kentucky if I wanted to.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, it's ridiculous when I go up there. I mean, of course, it helps that you hunting with Jesse Martin. You know, probably one of the best callers in the world. And we just struggled. We had turkeys run from us. You know, I'm not one to throw up a tail fan a whole lot, but we did just to see what would happen. And turkeys would run.
That's crazy.
They would take off. It was unbelievable. I ain't never seen nothing like it. I mean, we couldn't kill them any other way. And, you know, we got lucky on one bird that I killed, and then had some other ones that, I mean, they didn't want to play the game. It was like they were scared to come in because they were scared of the amount of jakes that were out there. Yeah, exactly. So it was a different year this year. But you know, I think with that, it just makes you a better turkey hunter, right? I can now say that I've seen it all, and I'm sure something else is going to get thrown at me. It's going to be different, but you know, you got to evolve with it. And just it may take a little different approach to hunting them than what you're used to, but that's part of being a turkey hunter. Yeah, this wasn't a run and gun year to me. It was more of a play patience and try to get in front of them and get them to you. That's right. Yeah. Well, we had some success. We had a lot of fun this spring, but it was just like you said. I mean, you had to slow it down this year. Seemed like, but it was a very Jake heavy year, man. Next year ought to be freaking awesome. Oh man, everybo's gonna feel like superstars if all these Jakes make it and gobble like they're supposed to when they're 2-year-olds. Hey, buddy, I'll shoot a 2-year-old in a minute. Oh, if he's got a full fan, I don't care. You know, that's just we were hunting. The day I'm too good for a full fan turkey is the day that I just need to hang it up. Hey, we were in Florida hunting. About 3 years ago now, and we were wanting this. We were hunting with a guy down there. I don't know if you know Steve Green. He does a thing called Shot Academy and stuff. Anyway, he does some like charity hunt stuff. Him and Eddie Salter and stuff. They get together and do that and make some money. I don't know if it's for mission trips or what. But anyway, we went down there and we were waiting. There was a guy filming a bow hunter, and he was hunting. He's wanting to kill Osceola.
And this went on forever. They said, if he'll hurry up and kill, there's plenty of turkeys over there. We're struggling. And we had, it just hadn't worked out for us. And finally, they're talking to this guy, and he's waiting on a turkey with 2-inch spurs. They're calling the turkey in. And correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't Eddie calling one day in there? And they called this bird up, and his spurs were only 1.5 inches long or whatever it was. And they wanted a 2-inch spur turkey. No. And you talk about somebody that was upset, but Eddie was upset. Because a turkey's a turkey. I mean, to me, I like to kill big ones. I like to kill the long spurs. I like to see pretty beards, but all that matters, that fan that's full, he's grown. And that's what he told them. He said, y'all need to go on home, basically,
Yeah, well, I mean, it's part of the game. It's the game we play. And this is me, just one man's opinion, but it's a game we play, and there has to be a winner and there has to be a loser, right? And part of the losing is that turkey's got to die. You call him up the way he's supposed to be called up in that fashion, and that's a full fan turkey. That turkey's got to die. I mean, it's just part of the game. You played your best hand to him, and he succumbed to it. So I mean, that's just where I'm at on that. I don't. There's no such thing as trophy turkey hunting. They're all trophies to me.
What is that we heard in Illinois this year? What did you know there's a spread on a turkey now?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a spread.
What?
Yeah. We were up in Illinois. We was hunting with William Terry and the Legacy bunch up there. Or actually, we hung around with them a little bit. We didn't really hunt with them. But they had a couple pulled up and killed a turkey. And they said, well, how big was it? How big? Usually weight, beard length. She said, oh, he had a 30-inch spread.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about the fan?
Talking about the fan.
From tip to tip.
But at the widest point, he was 30 inches wide. He was a good one. So
we was measuring our birds.
Oh, my God. I ain't never heard that.
Oh, I'd never heard it either, but we had a good time with it because it ended up, me and Dustin both killed up there, and we made sure William and them knew what our spread was on that turkey.
Yeah, you just wait till next year. You'll be getting some texts from me.
Oh, yeah. We're thinking it could be the newest fad.
Oh, yeah. I mean, everybody's doing getting the gizzard rocks out of them and that kind of stuff. And, now what's your spread?
Yeah.
So
I used to get them gizzard stones out, and it just got to the point where I just got sick and tired of it. I don't know how many turkeys I've killed, and it's been north of, I don't know, 25, 30, I don't know, maybe more than that. But because it was slow in my early days, but it never, and that wasn't a thing. Of course, it's the internet makes a lot of things popular. Yeah.
And
yeah.
I cut one gizzard open a couple years ago, and it was just a nasty, and I said, no, I'll let the youngins have that.
I just like your turkey breast.
I'll keep my spurs, my fans, my beards. Y'all can have them stones. So.
Oh, me.
I just like your breast.
Yeah.
That's how
make them
battered up and fried.
Just give me the ketchup draggers.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Absolutely.
So, what do you got laid out for this coming year? You got a lot of competitions coming up, a lot of, you already lining your hunts up, or?
Well, I got some news coming out probably before too long. Okay. So I don't know if, I don't know about hunts right now. I know for contest calling, I've got the Alabama State coming up. I'd like to go to Tennessee again. That's always a really good contest over there in Tennessee. Jeff Jackson puts on a really good event over there. of course, I've got to call in my home state, Woods and Water on August the 9th. Terrence Williamson put that on.
I'm sure we'll be back down there.
Yeah, we were there last year.
I don't call, but I enjoy going when they're close enough for me to get to.
Yeah, it's a good time over there, and Woods and Water are a great host over there. But yeah, I'm thinking about maybe going to the Masters. I think that really depends on what Jesse and Carrie want to do. If they want to go, I'd love to go over there and meet up with them for the Masters in Georgia. And then I wouldn't mind going to Yellville. I think Yellville is the oldest running competition in the country.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I've never called in Yellville. There's actually on my way up, I'd really like to meet some of the officers from Morrilton County Police Department and Conway County Sheriff's Office. They were very instrumental in nailing down the guy that took my daddy's life. So, that's I do want to sit down with those guys and talk to them. So I figured I'd do that on my way to the Yellville contest.
Heck yeah.
So, and I'll hit on that because there's about to be an article come out in the NWTF magazine. But yeah, Daddy, May of last year, Daddy was murdered outside the Alcoholics Anonymous house in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And, you want to talk about a lost soul. I didn't know which way is up, which way is down. And they ended up catching this guy in June, caught him in Morrilton, Arkansas, after he'd murdered 3 other people in Oklahoma. He was a serial killer.
Holy cow.
And it's so NWTF's got a huge article coming out about that. Matt Stewart wrote it up, and it's really good. Okay. But it should be out in the next magazine, the next call magazine that you get.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, that I give I give all the glory to God for winning a Grand National in Gobbling. But it really what that magazine or what that article will tell you. There was a point in time when all this was going on that, I needed an escape, right? I needed to flee reality, right? And The only way I knew that I could flee reality was picking up a turkey call and finding the sound, right? So I picked up a call, man, and I was able to escape reality through a turkey call and really get in my own world and be a gobbler out there on a hardwoods bottom or a pine ridge, and just gobble and visualize that gobbler. And I think that's a big reason of why I won Grand Nationals. It made me enjoy the practicing part of it because I was able to take my mind off of other things that were going on.
That's an amazing story. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't know all this.
I didn't either.
So prayers for you and your family. I just,
man,
heart goes out to you.
Yeah, it was a tough situation. It's always a topic that comes up a good bit. With the success that I've had this year, a lot of it can probably go back to that work that I had to put in to kind of, take my mind off of things. But yeah, so I want to, that goes back to Yellville. I really want to get up there and thank those officers and stuff that put in all that time to catch that guy because, there's no telling how many other people would be in the same situation I'm in right now if they hadn't caught him by now.
Absolutely.
But they did. They worked really hard. So I want to go up there and shake their hands.
And I don't blame you one bit.
No, I don't either.
But yeah, it's been a fun ride, guys. As far as the gobbling goes, I've enjoyed the people I've gotten to meet. I've gotten to meet guys like y'all that I otherwise probably wouldn't have met. If it weren't for this turkey. So it's the call community's kind of offered me a playground to put my talents out there, but it's also created friendships and camaraderie that, they'll last a lifetime.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's amazing to me. And we hadn't been me and Dustin kind of dreamed this little podcast thing up, driving, just riding the roads, turkey hunting together. He got me into traveling, which I'd never done up until a few years ago. And we have met so many good people. I mean, I don't think we've met anybody we didn't like or didn't get along with.
Or don't want to follow up with, or we check on,
It's an amazing community of people, from landowners to call makers to callers like you, other hunters. It's just people that don't do this, they just don't know what they're missing. I mean, you don't have to even hunt them. You can do just what you do. You can just go to these calling contests. You're still part of the family. And that's
exactly right.
And now, am I wrong? Or, I mean, you stay pretty busy. I mean, on the calling circuit, of course, too. But I mean, you don't you sit on the NWTF board here in Alabama?
I do not. I actually don't. I haven't been asked to do that. I don't know if I'd have time to do it.
Well, that's why I was asking. You stay so busy.
Yeah, I'm so doggone wide open. we've got a really good chapter here. Dylan Williams is actually the guy that handles our chapter here and does a really, really good job. Getting to meet, like you said, getting to meet guys all over the country, that are like-minded and do the same thing that we do. That's what's so rewarding, right? I don't have to know you from Adams House Cat, but I know you're a turkey hunter, and we automatically have one thing in common, and we can talk for hours about it. So that's what's cool. That's what I love about this. I don't think deer hunters can do this.
No,
I don't think a deer hunter can. No, it's part of being in the 10th Legion, being a turkey hunter.
I was going to say, if you've read the 10th Legion, which I think every turkey hunter probably has, if he's a real turkey hunter, he pretty well tells the differences between turkey hunters and deer hunters.
He's pretty blunt about it too.
And you know what? I grew up in hunting deer in the early 80s, maybe the late 70s. There wasn't a lot of deer when I was a kid. I was more of a teenager when I got into it. But he described a deer camp as about as good as I can remember the first one I ever went to. So,
and for somebody that's never deer hunted before, the way he describes it, you'd never want to try it.
No,
you'd never want to do it.
And if a deer hunter read it, he would really be ticked off about how he was described. And I know times have changed. Right. That's not so much that way. There is, there's something about a deer camp. Now, don't get me wrong. I like there's a camaraderie and that kind of stuff too. But it's different with turkey hunters. I mean, a lot of us are solitary. I never hunted. What do you call it? Team hunting? Me and Dustin kind of, we'll go together. I had a buddy for 26 years. We hunted together. Well, close to 26 years, and we hunted turkey together, but we didn't hunt together. Does that make sense? We got up in the morning. We drank coffee. We talked about where we was going to go. We went our separate ways. We might come in at lunch, if somebody had success or didn't. Well, if we had success, we always found the other one's truck and put a wing feather under his windshield wiper. But,
that's right. We still do that. Yep. Well, public land, I always get a kick out of it. I'll go with, I got a buddy of mine, Tracy Doty, who's on our pro staff. I'll go with Tracy. I've known him to throw an empty hole out on the ground, or have a bag of feathers that he throws out at where the truck's at.
So he's one of those guys that'll do that. I've heard about that. I've never done that.
Yes. That's about the extent of it. No, I think I've seen cool. Other guys. I've seen other guys that'll take turkey feet and put gobbler tracks in the road and then put feathers right in front of it in the middle of the road. I've seen that, and it's funny. I mean, but it does. It plays tricks on some of those turkey hunters' minds. I mean, knowing that ain't the only doggone turkey in there.
Oh, most definitely. Well, yeah.
But yeah. That's, you don't see those tricks at deer camp.
No. Hey, I come out of the woods, and I've never been one of them that comes out at 8, 9 o'clock, go eat breakfast or whatever. I'll stay in there till I'm starving to death or about to die of a heat stroke. But I come out one morning walking back toward the truck. I don't know if I was going back or not. I might have been just going to move, but I have a little old Samurai down there where I hunted, and I walked up where it was parked, and that truck wasn't there. And I said, I know I parked here. And I looked, and the old red clay road, there's my tracks, and there goes my tracks out. I went, holy crap, somebody stole my truck. And I walked down the road, way back out, it was a deer camp, but, we was turkey hunting, and I go back out on the road, and I look both ways, kind of walk around, and I'm going, I don't know what to do. I didn't have no cell phone. I had a cell phone, but I didn't have no coverage down in there. I walked back out to the truck, or it was parked again, like it was going to be there, and I done decided myself I'm going to have to walk 5 miles back to the camp. And I started down the road, and out of the little pine trees, I hear this little smirky laugh. And it's my buddy. He knew where I hid my keys. I wouldn't hide them on the truck. I'd always hang them on a limb or something, somewhere close. And while I was gone, he had done killed a turkey early. And he came back over there and found my keys and drove my truck a quarter mile off down the road and hid it. And then walked back over there just to watch me. Just to watch me. I mean, but that's the kind of... Did I get mad? Heck, no, it was the funniest thing.
Who needs enemies with friends like that?
Yes, I'm telling you.
Friends like that.
He was, but I can count on with one foot, well, maybe two fingers the times me and him actually sat in the woods together. And I did get blessed enough to call in a turkey that he killed. He got so bad, his hearing got so bad, he couldn't hardly hear. But I called it up, and he was going, no, you shoot that turkey. You shoot it. You called him in. We're sitting side by side against old log behind some bushes. And I lied to him, told him I couldn't see it. It was he, and I wanted him to kill it so bad. And he did. And of course he passed away a couple of years ago. He got cancer and died on me. Thank God Dustin showed up. He come along. That's one of those God things, I think. Because I was at the point, I wasn't going to hunt anymore. I didn't know what to do. Me and him had hunted together. We raised my kid. He didn't have no kids of his own. Him and his wife never had kids. And so he helped me with mine, deer hunting and turkey hunting and everything else. But mine's grown and gone. And I couldn't bring myself to go back in the woods. I didn't know what to do. And Dustin calls me up out of the blue. He'd done some work for me. We talked on the phone about turkey hunting, or when he was doing some work for me. But I wasn't going to invite him turkey hunting because I knew he was a turkey killer, and he sure wasn't going to invite me because I was saying, he knew the same thing about me. But he was off down in Louisiana doing storm work. Called me, I don't know, what was that, December, somewhere in there?
It was cold.
It was cold weather. He said, you ever thought about going anywhere, travel turkey hunting, getting the Grand Slam? I said, no. I said, but I ain't getting no younger. He said, we ought to try it. And we made our first trip to Texas Easter weekend.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing but a Whataburger in Victoria, Texas on Easter Sunday night. I can tell you that. But from then on, we've been pretty tight when it comes to turkey hunting. I got places that I can only go. I got a little farm. My uncle won't even let my brother, his own nephew, my brother, he won't let him come hunt, but he lets me come hunt. So I can go there, and he's got places he can go, but we usually, we meet up and get to hunt somewhere. We've been hunting Kentucky and Tennessee a good bit close together, and then we've been traveling around too. But we've had some good times. And like I said, the people you meet, it's just amazing.
I got to hunt Tennessee. I've hunted Tennessee in the past with Wade Watson, who's on our elite call team. And we got close a few times, couldn't make it happen. But I got a special invite this year from money. I had his name on the tip of my tongue just a second ago. How am I forgetting this? Hold on.
See, I'm the old man here. I'm the one that's supposed to be forgetting names. Heck, I can't even remember.
Yeah.
I have to have Dustin explain hunts that me and him just went on because I'll get days confused.
Hey, but your hearing's come back.
Yeah, my hearing's getting better.
That's been great.
Give me 1 second, because Craig Kimbrell. I'm an idiot. Craig Kimbrell, who pitched for the Braves. They just released him the other day. I could think of Allen's name, his brother. I couldn't think of Craig's name. But I don't know how you forget a Major League Baseball player who's got that many accolades. But anyways, I got to hunt at Craig's place for in Tennessee this spring, and it was awesome.
Man, they got birds up there, don't they?
You got that right, buddy. I mean, out the wazoo. I killed a red phase when I was at Craig's place. Yeah, I should have mounted him. I don't know what caused me not to mount him. I think I didn't have a cooler. I wasn't going to buy one, and I was like, screw it. And I've got 4 other turkeys at the taxidermist right now. I just need to go on and clean this thing. I'd hate to have to tell my wife that our taxidermy bill is going to be about $600 more expensive. So.
Well, you should have at least caped the thing.
I know it. I just didn't. I didn't feel like fooling with it, I don't think.
Well,
but no, we had a great time hunting in Kentucky, but in Tennessee, but it was tough. I mean, it was tough hunting.
Yeah,
it was not easy.
We've had a good place the last couple of years in Tennessee, and I don't think we're going to get to hunt it this year. But boy, it was. I'm telling you, there was turkeys everywhere. I was amazed. It was almost like going back. It was almost like going to Canada.
Yeah.
Canada was that way. I don't know if you've ever been up there hunting, but they got turkeys up there. I mean, like it was back in the heyday. It was amazing. Really? Oh yeah, amazing. So,
well, they got a tag system up there too.
They do. You basically, when you buy your license, you buy one tag, and then you can buy one more tag if you. I guess you could buy 2 tags at the same time. We were just happy to get the invite to get to come up and hunt. So we bought 1 tag, and if we'd had more time, we would have went ahead and killed 2 apiece. I mean, they were just everywhere.
I think if we'd had the weather, we would have been buying more tags.
It was real. Like I said, I told you earlier, it was 33, 34 degrees in the morning and rained on us. I thought it was going to snow that one day, and Dustin, he lucked up and killed on one of the prettiest days. The first day was there.
Yeah.
And then it took me 3 more days, but
we had opportunities.
But we had encounters and opportunities every day. I mean, every day.
Easterns up there?
They're Easterns. And
I mean, it was crazy. We had 2 to 5 encounters every day. Every day.
Now, they hunt a little different up there. They do like they fan. We didn't fan. I mean, he carried his around. We never crossed paths with one to even do that. But they field hunt more than they don't even go in the woods. I mean, it was like we want to go up in here. The turkeys were roosted on top of that ridge over there. And it's like, oh no, he'd never even set foot in the woods because they deer hunt those big bean fields and cornfields and So, and I guess if you fan him like that, you can bring him across there if he's in the right mood. But
that's right.
I'm telling you, I mean, the day we got there, we showed up there 4 o'clock. We changed clothes and got in the truck. And we didn't get 2 miles down the road, and there was 2 or 3 strutting with a bunch of hens. Right? I mean, God, I thought. He said, "What do you think about that?" And
we thought we was hunting.
Yeah, we thought
I was already unzipping the gun cases.
We was getting ready to go. He said, "I ain't got permission on this place." I'm well, why would you even slow down then?
Well, don't show us don't show us this.
But the next morning, we had 5 different birds gobbling across in these woods where we was wanting to go. I mean, they was hammering, and he was back behind us. He said, "That enough for you? Is that enough for you in one morning to hear?" I said, I don't know if I've heard 5 birds gobble at one time in years. But, he's a real good guy. He's the guy, I made friends with him. I go up to Canada a lot and fish. And there's one lake I go to. I can't pronounce the whole Indian name. The short name's just KB Lake. It's up in northern Ontario. And I met this guy's named Steve Elmy. he owns Rack Stacker, and it's a company. They make, I don't know, supplements, and I mean, he sells everything.
Minerals,
but I mean, anything he can put the Rack Stacker name on, he has there. And they're primarily, Canadian. They sell a little bit around the bordering states, but he don't get way off down here. But we were up there fishing. He brought his son up there. That he has a hunting show, outdoor channel called Homegrown Hunter, and that was part of it. If he was hoping we would have some great kill shots, and he could make a show out of some of it. We just, like I said, the weather was crappy, and it just didn't work out. I mean, he got a little B roll stuff, but he didn't get the day I killed, he wasn't even with us.
I left the camera in the truck.
Yeah, he left the camera in the truck because it was pouring rain. He was supposed to have been the filmer, but he didn't carry the camera. Which
I didn't want to risk it.
He just didn't want me to be a TV star is what it was. But no, it was I just met him, and he said, he had heard me talk turkey the whole time I was fishing. And he said, you need to come to my farm, come over and hunt turkeys with me. I said, turkeys? He said, yeah. I said, they got turkeys in Canada? I didn't even, really didn't cross my mind. He said, heck yeah, we got turkeys. And they do. I didn't know how many they had. But like I said, we met.
What is it? I've heard somebody talking about the Providence Slam. Y'all heard about that? The Providence Slam?
Yeah, I suppose, I would have supposed they've got it. I mean, we were in Ontario, but Quebec would have had turkeys right there. I don't know about further west, I'm sure, especially around, not too far in where it's not, 18 feet of snow and ice all winter long, because they'd had an ice storm. We went up the week of May 20th, and 2 weeks before they had an ice storm.
Major ice storm. His tops broke out.
But so it gets cold, but they have their equivalent to the NWTF. It's called the Canadian Wild Turkey Federation.
Yeah.
So just put a C in front of it. You can look that up on. I just was playing around one night on the phone and found out about it. But I don't think their turkey hunters are just as passionate. I just don't think there's as many of them. It's like, well, the Southeast is where your majority of turkey hunters are, and really majority that does all the traveling, I think, here. But most people, I don't know. I just never thought about turkeys being there, and I'm just telling you that they're not in decline in that part of the country.
No.
So I'll tell you what, you hadn't hunted. When you get outside the state of Alabama, that's when the hunting's good. I've learned. I freaking love leaving Alabama. If I can leave Alabama and go hunt turkeys, I'm happy. Alabama gets you ready to hunt them turkeys, though. It's usually for the most part, pretty easy once you leave the state of Alabama and go out of state to hunt.
I hear people talk about, Mississippi's the hardest place to kill them, Georgia, whatever. I'll put Alabama up against any of them. Not just that the turkeys are smarter or whatever. I just think, man, they have been hunted and hunted and hunted forever. It's just the pressure on them from the first day of season to the last. I mean, these birds are different. The terrain's different. Yeah, I agree with you. It's like taking a big, deep breath of fresh air when you get out of state and get up, especially out in the Midwest. It's a whole different world out there. I mean, we didn't know anything about hunting turkeys in Nebraska, but we learned. I still got to go back. I hadn't killed one, but Dustin killed one.
I got to go back to Kansas.
Yeah, he's got to go to Kansas. I got to go back to Nebraska. But so I just it's yeah. These I'll just say Southern turkeys all the way around. They're tough. I don't know if they're just. What do you think? It's just they've been hunted so hard, like I was talking about, or you've got a different.
I think the habitat has a lot to do with it. Yeah, I mean, I think they're tough because there's a lot of hunters down here. But there's a lot of hunters in other parts too. But I think the habitat is what makes our turkey so hard to hunt. And you may agree, disagree. I think these thick undergrowth in the pines and stuff like that. I mean, it's just they got to be on guard everywhere they go.
Oh, so. Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's one of the things that does make it so tough. I mean, like you said, I mean, and we don't have those big giant hardwood forests we had even in the 80s. I mean, it's from the coast to all the way up here in Coleman where I live. It's pine plantations just about. So
most of them got beetles in them right now.
Well, yeah, they chopping them.
Oh
down.
yeah,
man.
I'll tell you what though, I had this place I hunted with my old cousin that died on me. I mean, we had 3,000 acres, and it was hardwoods. It was a rarity in Alabama, but another they sold, and I'm talking about they cut it to the bone. I'm talking about cut it. There's not. Well, I did see a couple of turkeys this year. They replanted in 18, I guess, is when they started cutting in 16. But it's the first couple 2 or 3 years, them cutovers are pretty good though. That's where I learned patience. I used to I was a big runner and gunner until I didn't have nothing but a cutover to hunt in. You don't run in a cutover because they see you.
No,
they see you.
Good luck with that.
So, but they did love it till they got about 3-4 feet high where they couldn't see no more, and then the briars and all get thick. So, yeah, they're a different animal here. And you get some of those guys from these other states that come into Alabama, and they'll tell you probably the hardest place they've ever hunted.
Yeah, 100%. I've always told people for years that West Alabama turkeys need their own subspecies.
Yeah. Well, now in my younger days when I was I've really cut my teeth hunting turkeys down in Barber County, and what year you probably can remember. Of course, I'm a lot older than you, but the year the big tornado come through Oak Grove, I don't know when that was, early 2000s, somewhere in there. But I was putting an air conditioning system in at a doctor's house over in Mountain Brook. And just going in and out, I saw he was a turkey hunter. And he come in, it was like on a Thursday or something. He come in, and it was really the day the tornadoes hit, or the next day, but he was loading up his gear, and I said, "Doc, you going turkey hunting?" And he said, "Oh yeah." I said, "Where you hunt at?" And he told me Jackson County or somewhere up North Alabama. And he said, "You hunt them?" I said, "I do." He said, "Where you hunt at?" And I said, "I hunt down in Barber County." He said, "Oh, them are stupid turkeys." He said, "Anybody can kill them. You got to come up here in the mountains if you want to kill a real turkey." And I said, "Well, you give me an invite?" And he said, "Oh, no, I don't invite nobody." So I guess everybody has their own opinion. So it's the way it is.
I would have said, "Well, I'm going to call you a liar till you give me an invite." Well,
I never got it. Let's just put it that way. He's probably long gone. He was getting way on up there then. So, yeah, that was a long time ago. I didn't know nothing about it. I was just kind of getting into it back in them days. I'd chased them around for years, I call it play turkey hunting. I didn't know what I was doing. Well, he didn't have no YouTube. There wasn't no internet. Well, there wasn't no internet. For the most part, nobody'd tell you nothing. So, if you knew a turkey hunter, all you knew is he was a liar because he wasn't going to tell you the truth.
That's right.
So,
yeah. If you hear that turkey gobbling north, south, east, or west.
Well, hey, I learned one morning. I went hunting. I heard, I want to say 11 or 12 turkeys gobbled down one bridge. This was back in 99, maybe 2000, somewhere right in there. And I still had never killed a turkey. And I got back to our camp, and there's a couple of guys from Arkansas that had come down that belonged deer hunted, but this old man had brought another old man with him. And the first thing, you hear anything this morning? No, I didn't hear a thing. I ain't cut a track. Well, the next day I didn't know it. They went back on the other side of the place where I was. I went right back over there. Not, I guess they knew if I was going back over there, I'd heard something. So I come back in, they looked at me and said, you're a turkey hunter because you're a lying SOB. because they heard them same 11, 12 turkeys gobbling. So, but that's where I killed my first turkey. When was that? What is that? 98? Yeah, I got him on the wall back here, my fan and feet. So that's when I killed my first turkey, and I'd hunted them for probably since the mid '90s. I could have hunted them before, but I was a deer hunter, you know.
That's right.
No one had never gobbled at me.
You were one of those. You were one of those guys.
I was one of those guys. You're right. That's back when I thought, you know, deer were smart. Nah, deer ain't smart. Turkeys are smart.
That's it.
So.
That's it.
Well.
That's it.
Well, man, what have we missed with you? I know we've had a good conversation. I'll tell you, we have not. Let me tell you what we're going to bring in here. We can talk about anything else in a minute, but let's talk about your wife and your 2 kids. I got 3. I got 3. 3. Yeah, I got an 11-year-old daughter, Riley. I've got a 6-year-old. She just turned 6, Ellis. She's sweet young. I saw her at Woods and Water, I think.
That's exactly right. Yep. And then Sloan's 3. She's my fireball.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's. I remember the 2 older ones. I guess I don't remember the baby.
Yeah, Sloan's something else. I don't know if Riley came up there to Woods and Water or not. Maybe she did. I think she did. Yes, she did come up there. My oldest one.
Well, I remember 2. Yeah. I just didn't remember 3. So.
Yeah, and then my 3-year-old Sloan, but I live in the estrogen ocean.
Oh yeah. It's so thick.
That's gonna get better.
So thick you can cut it, huh?
Yeah, buddy. I'm telling you, it's something. That the only little bit of testosterone in this house is my dog. So me and him we're outnumbered a good bit.
She done had him neutered yet? I figured you got to take care of him.
No, I ain't gonna let her do it to him. But no, he's the only male we got in this house. So we're pretty big outnumbered. But I'm really blessed, man. My wife's really the backbone of the company. She keeps us all in line, keeps us straight with the IRS, and keeps us all fed. So, you know, I swear my wife could cook an inner tube and make it taste good. So that would explain why I'm a little bit overweight.
I don't know about being overweight, but I look like you eat pretty good.
I don't miss many meals. I can promise you that.
Well, is your kids interested in what you do, or do you get to take them hunting, or do you want to take them hunting, or you hope to?
Yeah, Ellis is. I think Ellis is. She's you know, you ask her, what are you going to do when you see a turkey? Hold on, I'll get her on the phone right quick. Hold on one second.
Get her on the phone.
Hey, girls. What are y'all going to do when y'all see a turkey?
I shoot it in the face.
Shoot it in the face. Oh.
That's right.
You raising that one right.
So they something else. Yeah, they enjoy it. They love when Daddy brings a turkey home, but I'm gonna tell you something. If you raise your kids up in it, they might not want to do it right away, but a lot of times they'll come back to it.
They will,
and it'll keep them out of trouble. And it kept me out of trouble. I mean, Lord knows, you had to keep my brain busy, or I was gonna wind up in some crap. But no, they're really good kids. Ellis and Sloan. Riley's at her mama's, and she really don't show a whole lot of interest in it, but she enjoys hearing me talk about it and stuff. You know, that may change for long, but
she's still young.
You know, yeah. Right now, I'm letting her letting her be a girly girl, which is what she needs to be. So, but yeah, Ellis and Sloan keep me on my toes for the most part. There's something else.
Well, good deal. Yeah, raise them up. Hey, you'll turn around one day. Dustin's almost to that point, but I'm at the point. You got them right now, like you said. You run them up to the room to be quiet. You'll turn around one day and the house will be empty. I mean, mine
It'll be real quiet.
I do see my oldest son. He works with me, but my youngest, who was he was the turkey hunter. He lives over in North Carolina, so I don't get to see him a whole lot anymore. Other than I try to get him to line me up on some turkeys over there.
Well, that's what Mom tells me. Mom says, hey, I told her, I think Sloan, she'll get mad. She'll go hide stuff. She'll get mad. She'll hide my hat. She'll do whatever when she gets mad at me. But I'll tell Mom about it, and Mom will say, one of these days you're gonna miss that.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Yep.
Sometimes you think it's never going to end, but let me tell you, it will end, and it comes so fast. You'll turn around and go, I can't believe it. It was just the other day. I had 2 boys. It's like, God, I was juggling, trying to get home from work and helping coach a ball team, make it to 2 different games, and then all of a sudden it's over. And
that's right.
And they're grown. Now I got some grandkids. My little 9-year-old, he's finally showing a little interest. I got to buy him a little 410 this year. He told me, Pops, I want to kill a turkey. And I said, well, we're going to work on that. So I was looking at guns today.
That's the way Ellis is. Yeah, that's the way Ellis is. But I just don't know if she's ready. I don't. I need to. She needs to. She needs to start with a BB gun and let's hit some Coke cans first.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, with mine, he's 9, but he's autistic or mildly autistic. He's high functioning. He shows emotion and that kind of stuff. But loud noises has always bothered him and that kind of thing. And that's why I've just never even approached him about going anywhere where I'm going to fire a gun or that kind of stuff. But he's really interested in it. He got him a little bow for Christmas, so he's shooting it. His little brother's the one I worry about. He's a maniac. He got everything that his brother didn't get and more. So I got that to look forward to. So yeah, I enjoy it. I know sometimes it don't seem enjoyable, but enjoy it because it comes and goes so fast. You turn around.
Well, I think what we're probably going to do this year, I think youth season, I'm probably going to take Ellis out there. We ain't even going to take a gun. I think I'm just going to take her out there and let her hear them gobble.
Oh yeah.
And we're going to get, we ain't going to sit at the truck. We're going to get in the woods with them. And I just want her to hear them.
Yeah.
And, maybe communicate with a few of them where she can see what it's like. And then,
let her watch Squawk on the Box a little bit. It ain't going to hurt nothing.
Yeah, I mean, heck, I'm not worried about it, to be honest with you. But yeah, I just want to put her out there. She seems to, and kind of slowly bring her into it.
Sure.
She could be the next world champion.
Yeah.
She very well could be. She could be. She might wind up gobbling better than her daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll do it too. We'll be going down the road and I'll practice. That's how I practice. And I'll catch them back there trying to do it.
Oh yeah.
So
that'll make the road trip interesting when they all get to gobbling on you.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So they're something else. They're wild. But yeah, they're a lot of fun, man. They're a blessing.
Oh, I wouldn't trade mine. I used to say I would sell them, but I would never trade them for the world. So.
There's some days I think my wife does want to sell them, and I'm right there with her.
Well, look, hey, I just want to tell you, we appreciate you coming on with us tonight and taking part of the evening. I know how busy you are.
Well, I just appreciate y'all having me. No, I'm never too busy for good conversation and some friends. So y'all call me anytime you need me.
Before we go, anybody wants to look you up, where you at on social media and that kind of thing? And you do have your podcast too, you do, right?
No, so I don't do a podcast. I've got, we've got Black. No, we don't do a podcast. I've got blacklabelgamecalls.com. We've got a YouTube, Jesse Martin's Black Label Game Calls. Mm-hmm. And then we got Instagram, of course. And then I've got my personal Facebook page, Russell Andrews. So
you fool around on TikTok any?
Oh yeah, I'm on TikTok too. We got a Black Label Game Calls on TikTok, and I've got my personal Russell Andrews on TikTok. Oh yeah,
I'll put all that in our notes when
that's
I get
where
this thing.
That's where you said y'all were doing those little conversations.
That's right.
That's where I was thinking.
I've watched a few of them. Yeah,
Turkey Talk is what we call it, and man, it's usually me, Michael Stovall for Pistol Creek, Ryan Greathouse, Pistol Creek. Richard Gunn, Wicked Hen, Parrish Elliott, CBS Custom Calls, Joe Slayton, Motherload, Turkey Calls. I know I'm probably forgetting somebody. Leon Stilley with Big L Outdoors. So yeah, I mean, we got usually a good group on there, man. We've had Dave Owens on there. We've had some good guests that's come on. Just fun, just a lot of fun. Just getting to talk turkey with guys. We'd love to get y'all on there to do a TikTok live and just hang out. We've had Hunter Lemoyne. Let's see, Gracie Herman. Anyways, I'm not going to bore you with the long list.
That's fine. Yeah, you get ready for us. Just let us know. We'll do it with you one night.
Yeah, we get on there and it's just fun to conversate with people. And then, chat gets involved. That's what's fun about it. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a podcast, except you got a chat that gets involved. Right. Sure. And, they're able to ask questions. And then a lot of times what we'll do, we'll bring a guest on to ask personal, one-on-one questions with whoever we have on there.
Well, you're going to learn something for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I've learned a lot from talking to these guys and stuff and talking to farmers up around Nebraska and things that they do. And it's educational. It's fun. We make fun of each other on there and it's just all worth it.
Well, good deal. Yeah. We look forward to doing that with you one night.
Absolutely.
Well, good deal.
Absolutely.
Well, look, we're not going to hold you no longer. I know it's dinner time. Kids probably ready to let Daddy chase them around.
Mate, what'd you make, Savannah? Chicken and dumplings.
Oh, my God.
Lord bless the Southern woman.
We
should have come down there and done this
we should have went in person down there. Yeah.
Y'all should have just come to the house and done this. At least we'd have ate good. I can tell you that.
That's right. Sounds like it.
We're not too far from you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you get up Coleman way.
Whenever you get ready.
Well, you get up toward Coleman, you holler at us.
Oh, I definitely will. Look, that's the cream of the crop for high school baseball over there now. Y'all boys do know how to play baseball. I give you that.
Yeah.
They do. They do it well.
That's, I used to do that. I was a high school baseball coach for a while.
Oh, were you? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I coached for about 12 years high school baseball.
Well, your brother's a coach now or something?
Yeah, so Deacon just got the head baseball coaching job at Northridge, 6A Northridge here in Tuscaloosa. And
man, that's awesome.
That's big time right there.
Yeah, man, I'm proud of him. He's waited his turn and stuck it out and he's done a really good job. He's a really good coach, man. I'm just really proud of him. He's he probably treats his players better than what I treated him when he was coming up, but that's to be expected. But he's done really good. He's got a beautiful family, and we're all really proud of him.
That's awesome.
Well, good deal. Hope he's having a good year this year.
Yeah, I hope he does. I think he'll be fine, man. He's a good coach, so we'll just see. He's got my full support.
I bet he tries not to call you anymore than he has to. Nobody wants to get talked to by their brother. I deal with it with my brother all the time.
It's gotten to the point now. I don't even talk baseball with him a whole lot. We talk hunting. It's either duck hunting or turkey hunting. I don't mess with him on the baseball. He hit a level years ago that was far surpassed the level that I went because he played at Alabama and he played for the Padres organization. So he surpassed the knowledge, any knowledge that I have about the game a long time ago. So.
Yeah, but you know what? You were his foundation. Just always remember, don't let those little brothers forget that kind of stuff. I got 2 little brothers. I'm the oldest, so you got to let them know. You broke the ground for them. But anyway,
that's right.
Well, hey man, it was great having you on. I don't know exactly when this thing's coming out, but I'll let you know.
Let me know. I'll share it on social media and stuff.
Okay.
And we can get y'all out there too.
Sure.
More viewership.
Oh yeah. So we appreciate it. Yeah, we can use all the help we can get.
Well, look, if there's anything I can do for y'all just let me know.
We will. Hey, I appreciate it.
All right. Yes, sir. We'll talk to y'all in a while.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Right. Well, that was interesting.
Just a good old boy there.
Good old Tuscaloosa. Didn't get a roll tide out of him, but I guarantee you, the brother playing at Alabama, and I don't know that he went to Alabama, but I would think he probably.
If you're
did.
raised in that area, I don't know how you could go the other way. To be honest,
but
with
there
you.
is. There's idiots down there. I mean, there's a there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. Forgive me, little baby Jesus. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that about those cow milkers down there in south of us. Anyway, all right. No, it was a good one. I enjoyed it.
Look forward to seeing him. He's always a lot of fun.
Sure is. And like I said, I don't know. We know the Deer Expo's coming up, but I don't know exactly when this podcast will roll out. It'll be somewhere around that time, I would think. It may be a little before, maybe a little after, but if it's before, I hope everybody will come down there and give it a look. See, we'll be there. We'll be hanging out at the Legacy Premium Game Calls booth there, or we'll be over there with Todd Brogin at Hunter's All Game. He's way in the back. Y'all go see him. Go hunt him down and tell him we told you to find him, because he went as far to the back. Have you saw where his booth is?
Yeah.
I swear, he said, where can you put me where I'll be the furthest back? And they said, back here. And he said, I'll take it.
Now, my wife, she can't get to your house, even though she's been coming here for 2 or 3 years, but she knew exactly where his booth was going to be. She said, that's where me and Rebecca always go to the bathroom because nobody's back there.
Oh, they'll be back there this year.
Yeah.
Well, I think them girls are still swimming down there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you got anything else?
No. Just try to stay cool in this heat.
Stay cool.
Stay hydrated.
Cool. Well, all right, folks. I guess if you ain't got nothing else.
Thanks for giving us a listen.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Give us a follow and a review if you got a minute. It sure helps us. And I guess we'll see you guys in a week. Take care of your trees, because that's where the turkeys sleep.